The meeting of the Laredo ISD Board of Trustees. This is our regular board meeting. Today is Thursday, August the 18th. It is 5:33 p.m. We're in the Amber Yuri boardroom, and we will have roll call.
Dr. Celia Moreno,
Present.
Mr. Hector Noyola, Mr. Jesus Martinez, present. Mr. Jose Valdez.
Present.
Mr. Ricardo Garza.
He's back there. He'll be coming in.
Present. Mr. Hector Garcia.
Here.
And Mr. Jose Perez.
Present.
We have a quorum, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Ms. Castillon?
Good evening, board members. Dr. Moreno, Dr. Nelson. May I continue with the veterans recognition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's high in the field artillery as the LISD board honors our local veteran, our very own Coach Enrique Peña. The Martin High School graduate served with the United States Army from 1967 to 1970. The Instructional Television Department, under the direction of Jeanette Vasquez, has produced a short documentary on this beloved veteran. Lights, please.
I enlisted in 1967 to 1970, and my rank at the end was Sergeant E5 with the United States Military Police. At the time that I joined, I had just graduated from Martin High School, 1967. I didn't even have a summer, we were severely poor. I came from a neighborhood, El Cuatro, and my mother had to work at odd jobs, and I saw to it that I didn't have a father. I didn't meet my father till 1999, that I should go off into the military. I had good grades, straight A's, but I didn't have enough money to go to school, and so I opted to join, and I was given the option of being a military policeman or a linesman. I wanted to work for Southwestern Bell, but at the time I said, no, I'll take the military police. My first duty as a military policeman was a traffic investigator. That was one of my main jobs in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and then in the European theater when it was East and West Germany. We were our main job was to be on the highways and investigate traffic accidents. Some were very horrific accidents that I investigated, and also we did some drug undercover investigations in Germany at the time. There was this desk sergeant that I was under. He was my mentor. Because at the time I was a patrolman, I was a highway patrolman with the military police, and one day I was called for a traffic accident, and I got in my vehicle and I proceeded to the accident. It took me about 5 or 10 minutes to get there, and I remember walking down, and I asked the Germans in German if the man if he was alive or dead, and they just nodded. They didn't know. And when I took the blanket off, I realized it was my best friend. That he was there, and his lips were turning really purple, and I said, his name was McCoy, and I said, Mac, are you okay? Mac, are you okay? And he just mumbled, and I started looking, I started feeling his body all the way down to the legs. That's where I found out that his leg was severely broken and bleeding. He was okay, but he almost lost the leg, and he was badly hurt. But I have a picture of him, but I don't think I brought it with me. But he was my best friend and mentor, and he died in 2003 in Maryland. I've been teaching for 41 years. I taught at Rhinebecker Elementary. Then I went to Nixon to coach there. And from there, I went to Zachary Elementary, and I was coaching basketball at Martin High School. Coach Chacon. I coached with him for about 10 years. I helped him with 2 district titles, 9 times to the playoffs. Also did track here with Coach Hassel, coached football with Coach Charles, and so of course I also work with the elementary kids.
And the 41 years have all been with LISD, Coach?
All my years I've been with LISD. I won't trade him for any other place. To the youth of Laredo, there's always a tomorrow. You need to go and look for a future to become somebody. If there's plenty of opportunities now to go to school and to go to college and get your 4-year degree. To the people and kids in El Cuatro and all those areas or those poor sections of town, go to school, be somebody. And there's always something out there to help you. I'm a perfect example of that.
Coach Peña, LISD thanks you for serving our country so faithfully. Now would you please honor us by leading the Pledge of Allegiance? Please come forward.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Peña. I ask that you please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be performed by Cigarroa High School student Jonathan Martinez under the direction of Mr. Servando Serna. Thank you to Jonathan Martinez and his sponsor, Servando Serna. Mr. Peña, would you please join us forward as the LISD Board of Trustees present you with an engraved plaque? We would also like to welcome your wife to our meeting tonight, Mrs. Rosa Peña, and your daughter, Laura.
First of all, I want to thank the LISD Board, my superintendent, Mr. Valdez, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garza, Mr. Martinez, and I guess Mr. Noel is not here, but I want to thank him too. And the superintendent, thank you very much, Ms. Moreno, President, and everybody that's here to honor me, my wife, and my daughter. Thank you very much, and I'm Ms. Bobby Ramirez for nominating me, my athletic director, Coach Charles, and all those people that have helped me throughout the years. Thank you very much, please. I appreciate it. Bobby, thank you very much. Ms. Smiley, thank you.
So I'm going to read what the plaque has. The Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees recognizes Enrique Peña, U.S. Army, for his patriotic ideals, selfless sacrifice, and service to this country in the United States Army from 1967 to 1970. His contributions as a member of the Army's military police are especially appreciated. And it is presented August the 18th, 2016. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
You're welcome, sir. Dr. Moreno, may I continue with special observances? Under special observances, Angelica Cortez passed away on July the 24th. She was a vocational teacher at Nixon High School. She retired in 1991 with 18 years of service. Ms. Frances Quesada passed away on August the 12th. She was an elementary teacher, supervisor for elementary schools, and curriculum specialist at Santa Maria Elementary. She retired in 1999 with 40 years of service. LISD sends its condolences to the Cortez and Quesada families. May we please have a moment of silence in their memory. Thank you. May we continue with board recognitions? Under board recognitions, LISD is pleased to recognize an individual who's truly committed to education, 2 outstanding community partners, local media representatives who are known for their fairness and accuracy, and our child nutrition program. First, LISD would like to take a moment to honor and recognize Mrs. Linda Lamantia for her distinguished service and dedication as a member of the Region 1 Education Service Center Board of Directors. Mrs. Lamantia was elected in 2004 to represent Webb County. She held the seat from 2004 to 2016 and traveled at least once a month for Region 1 meetings in Edinburgh. Mrs. Lamantia, the 24,000 students and 4,000 employees of LISD gratefully acknowledge your leadership and commitment to educational excellence in South Texas. And we would also like to welcome your husband, Steve Lamantia, to our meeting. Thank you, Ms. Lamantia. I also wanted to let you know that the incoming representative board member for this area is Laura McCoy, and we invited her, but she's on her way to South Bend, Indiana, where they're dropping off their son, Eddie, who will be attending the University of Notre Dame. Okay. And next, we are pleased to recognize 2 community partners for being named the recipients of the Texas Association of School Boards Stand Up for Texas Public Schools Award, and for their continuous involvement and support of LISD's academic goals, and for going out of their way to support our students. First, we have the United States Border Patrol. Over the last 25 years, the Laredo Border Patrol has recognized our outstanding students with programs such as the Youth of the Month ceremony, Career Day, and the Star Reading Program. They also sponsor the Youth of the Year, which was won this year by Cigarroa High School student Leslie Izaguirre. Here representing the Laredo Border Patrol is Chief Patrol Agent Mario Martinez, Assistant Chief Patrol Agent Enrique Martinez, and Public Affairs Officer Sarah Melendez at the camera. Next, we have McDonald's Restaurants of Laredo. McDonald's has been an outstanding community partner and has sponsored programs such as the Ronald McDonald Charities ACER Scholarships, McTeacher Night, and Football Fanatic Fan Pep Rallies. They're sponsors of our Shirley Field Scoreboard, the Accelerated Readers Breakfast with Santa, Perfect Attendance Incentives, and School Supply Drives. Here representing McDonald's are Danielle and Mike Morosco, owner-operators, and we appreciate everything they do for LISD. We can't thank you all enough, both Border Patrol and McDonald's. The efforts and dedication demonstrated by the U.S. Border Patrol and McDonald's are an inspiration to the entire district. God bless you all for everything you do. At this time, LISD would like to recognize 17 outstanding local media representatives who were named to the Texas Association of School Boards 2016 Media Honor Roll for reporting the educational issues of Laredo ISD. The Media Honor Roll recognizes media representatives statewide for fair and balanced reporting of news about public education. And here with us tonight we have Noraida Negron from KGNS, the morning show anchor. Also from KGNS, we have Ryan Bailey, KGNS Sports Director. And we also have Michelle Pedraza, KGNS Weekend Anchor and Multimedia Journalist. Valerie Gonzalez is also honored tonight, but she wasn't able to join us tonight, but we'll trust for Noraida to give her her award on our behalf. Thank you, KGNS and Pro 8 News. From the Laredo Morning Times, we have Mr. Bill Green, publisher, and also sponsor of the annual countywide spelling bee. Mr. Green? Also receiving an award for the Laredo Morning Times is Stephanie Charles, who is the Divino editor. Zach Davis, who is the Laredo Morning Times sports editor. And Zach is with us tonight. The education beat reporter for the Laredo Morning Times, Ms. Judy Rayo. sports reporter for the Laredo Morning Times, Ms. Clara Sandoval. Also being recognized but unable to attend, Laredo Morning Times chief photographer, the award-winning Cuate Santos. And also staff photographers, Danny Zaragoza and Victor Strive. Thank you to the Laredo Morning Times for doing it every day. Thank you. From KLDO News, we have their anchor and producer, Ms. Alma Ferrara. Also present tonight, KLDO multimedia journalist, the award-winning Marisa Limon. We are also recognizing from KLDO Erika del Toro, but she's off on vacation in Cancun, so we wish her well. Thank you to KLDO. From El Mañana, we have Mr. Paco Diaz. Felicidades, Paco. Gracias. And from the Laredo Sports Wire, we have Mr. Nuno Chiarafa, Ed DeValley, and Kristen DeValley. Thank you once again to the Laredo Sports Wire. And finally, we would like to recognize our Child Nutrition Department for their efforts in leading the district's summer feeding program, because as we all know, hunger takes no vacation. During the months of June, July, and August, LISD's summer feeding program provided free meal service to all children 18 years of age and younger. The Child Nutrition Program served free meals, such as breakfast, lunch, snacks, and supper, at over 88 sites around Laredo. That included our schools, city recreation centers, libraries, housing centers, churches, and other community sites throughout the city. This summer, the Child Nutrition Department served a total of 280,972 meals. That's a lot of fresh meals. Here representing the LISD Child Nutrition Program is their program director, Mr. Robert Cuellar, and his CNP secondary school managers. If they'll please come forward, we have Maria Guerrero, Ramon Palacios, Rebecca Navarro, Richard Perez, Rosa Cantú, Rosa Gallegos, San Juanita Hernandez, and their coordinator, Ms. Genoveva Ramirez. Also joining us is Ms. Emma Aguilera. Angel Velasquez, our Executive Director of Plant Facilities and Support Services, please join us up front for the photos. Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We thank our Child Nutrition Program for all they do for our students. Congratulations. Dr. Moreno and Dr. Nelson, board members, that concludes tonight's board recognitions.
It's black and white. What happened? I'd tell you something funny right now. That's not over there. I already looked at them too.
We will continue our meeting. Our next item is public forum. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
No, ma'am.
Dr. Moreno?
Yes.
Just briefly, I wanted to make sure we acknowledge Senora Marta Narvaez, the owner and CEO of the Narvaez Flower Shop on San Bernardo. She came to my office today and brought this lovely bouquet arrangement, and it has the high schools represented, and it says welcome back, and I appreciate her time and effort and contribution to our school district, and I just wanted to let the board know that it's on display today as we have our meeting. I want to say thank you to Ms. Marta Narvaez. Thank you.
Very nice. On behalf of the board, we all want to say thank you to Marta. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
So we have board communications. We'll start with Mr. Valdez.
Skip.
Mr. Rick Garza.
Okay. I just want to start off by thanking everyone. Excellent job on the convocation this past week. Really good work. Our departments and everybody that put it together did an excellent job. It was a great opportunity for us to see how far we're moving along in everything that we're doing. Our communication skills are getting really, really good in terms of that. I can see it in everybody's eyes. We were looking at some of the teachers and some of the administrators on that day, as I've said all summer long. We're bringing everything together now. As I mentioned when I was talking to everybody, make it a point to be necessary in everything that we do, become part of the process of success and good health in this district. I will continue to support everybody as much as we can, or I can, from the board and us up here in the board. I want to welcome everybody to a new school year. I want to welcome all the students to have a great year. And most of all, I want to thank, everybody, the citizens of Laredo and LISD for supporting us in everything that we do. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. We had a meeting this past Monday with all the teachers of the district, in the morning with the elementary and the afternoon with the secondary. And looking at the ánimo and the attitude that they have, I feel like we're one of the best districts in the state. I feel very sincerely that we have a lot of leadership, a lot of dedication, and a lot of strength from our teachers in going into the classrooms and taking care of the kids. And of course, the most important thing is that one of the most important goals from the board members is of course, the students, but also to let them know that they have an opportunity to do anything they want to in life. And this is our main goal: provide an environment where they can flourish and understand that they can be anything they want. And this is the main goal, that prepare them so they can go to college or another field of of training for their life, and then of course to be responsible citizens. And I feel we have a very, very good district. So congratulations to all the teachers. Welcome back. And whatever you'll need, let us know. Any ideas, we'll be glad to listen and go with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Perez?
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I want to thank the honoree tonight for his recognition as being in the Army. I know we have need all these people that want to sacrifice their lives for us, and we need to appreciate that. So I want to congratulate him for being the honoree tonight. I also want to welcome back all the teachers, all the faculty, and the administrators have never left, but I think they're refreshed, they're recharged, ready to go. And one of the things that I think Dr. Nelson has emphasized is the customer service attitude that we need to take. Because we need to remember that it's not my school. You're the leader of that school, and you need to set the example of the teachers to their students, to the parents. Because sometimes we take ownership, and we're not owners, we're leaders, and we're specialists. And it's up to the board also that we need to set the example of what we want to do and direct the district. We had a very good year this last year, and it's going to get better this coming year because we're better prepared. We know what we need to do, and I hope for the best that we'll do everything that we can for our children. That is our main goal, our children. We need not to forget that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Just real quick, my condolences also go out to Javier Coronel, the assistant AD. His father passed away the day before yesterday, and I know that all his kids, and I think there were like 8, big number of kids, all attended the LISD schools. He was a big fan of LISD, and his kids played for the LISD, and it was a shock to a lot of people, so just a moment of silence in his name. Thank you. I want to start out by saying 0 schools. It's unbelievable that we're starting the year with no schools. Everybody is passing. We have no unacceptable schools. And that is because of one thing, and well, many things, but one big thing. Our principals and our teachers and staff, administration. They worked very hard to get where we're at. I know sometimes we can come out as hard and we put pressure on everybody, but there's reasons behind the madness, is to get to our kids better education, and it's working. I think we don't forget our teachers and we don't forget our administration. We put our money where our mouth is. You know what? They perform. We have yet in 6 years that we've been here. Every year we make sure that they get some kind of raise. The other school districts are still at $7.45. We're at $9 minimum wage, and that shows a lot that we respect the people that work for us. We cherish the people that work for us, and one thing I want to say is we believe in them. Like, we believe that once a Tiger, always a Tiger, and green and gold forever, and the proud of the South. We believe in our teachers, and they got to believe in their students, and I think they're believing in that. So I want to start off the year by saying that. But last year we were shaky. We had 5 schools, and when I actually started on this board, I think when we started, we were 19 schools. And at 19 schools today, we're going into a year with 0 schools. And that's not because of us, it's because of the hard work and the teamwork. We've been able to get together with everybody and send a message that this is what we want to be. We believe in our teachers, we believe in our administration, and they believe in their kids. And that's the key to everything. If they can perform, then we need to find methods to help our teachers succeed, and I think we've been able to do that. So I want to congratulate the superintendent and his staff, because we brought you here on a mission. I wasn't here when they brought you. I know Joe, Mr. Valdez, and Ms. Martinez, and their selection of the superintendent was outstanding. And you keep leading the district to new heights and breaking record. Also, I want to thank the people from nutrition, to feeding all those kids. It's unbelievable. I know that that's the only meal they're probably going to get. I've been out in the neighborhoods. I see that. So thank you for all the work that you all did all summer long and making sure that our kids were fed not only in our district but throughout the city of Laredo. And just first day of school, be careful, be patient around school areas, drive safety, because the first couple of days, it's crazy out there. Make sure that we look both ways. Police officers, I don't have to remind you all, I know that you all are going to be out there full force, making sure that our kids are safe. And as a team effort, I know that we're going to have a successful 2016-17. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to also congratulate Mr. Enrique Peña Quique, a teacher with Laredo ISD that was selected as the recipient of the Veteran Award for the month. It's always nice to recognize our veterans, but even more importantly, when they happen to be one of our teachers. And for everything that has been said in terms of our performance, yes, we are indeed very happy with our performance. And we think it's very appropriate that this year the motto was every student every day, because we are taking care of every student every day. Thank you. Next item.
Okay, I think that brings us to our first couple agenda items, Dr. Moreno. Oh, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. That brings us to item number G, item letter G, board communications.
That's what we just
I'm
had.
sorry, I apologize. I was concentrating on you saying every student every day. That's exciting. Letter H, committee meeting reports. Dr. Moreno, members of the board, you've received a copy of the minutes from our committee meetings as developed by the executive assistant in my office, and it's a pretty good summary coordinated by our department heads, and if there's any comments or questions, we'll be happy to answer those. If not, then we recommend we move on.
Any questions on committee meetings?
I move that we approve the committee meeting reports as given.
Move to approve item number 1, financial reports as presented.
We have
Second.
a motion.
So just for
Okay,
clarification, we don't need
let me
action on
just go
committee.
back.
Okay, you said.
We don't need action.
On the committees, we don't need any action. Okay.
Second motion, Mr. Pettis.
So then Mr. Pettis has then moved to item number 1. We have
Number 1, is that
Right.
correct?
approval and/or ratification of A
So
through
we
D.
have a motion and a second to approve item number 1. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Move to
passes.
approve minutes as presented.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve budget amendment number 3A to 3C.
Second.
We have a motion to approve budget amendments 3A, 3B, and 3C. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to approve the proposals as presented 4A through N.
I just have a question on C.
Except C. Second, with the exception of C.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept 4A
You have a question, but you want to...
I just have a question, that's it.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Real
Take the
quick,
question
question?
first. Let's
Sure.
take the question
Yeah,
first.
right.
go ahead, Mr.
Or
Garcia.
C, you have a
The
question.
question was, did we get information on why the price went up? We had asked to give us
An
take
explanation.
it down, yeah, an explanation.
The reason was an increase in a specific category in payroll. There was, last year, we did give about $5 million in increases, so that reflected in the insurance policy
Even with
portion.
less...
Even with less claims, that's correct.
We
Call for the
also will be
question.
bringing our insurance representatives to the board for a conversation.
That's fine.
So we have a motion to accept A through M,
I second that.
is that through N, is that
And-
correct?
And right.
Right,
N, and that includes C.
right.
Yes.
And we
Right.
have a second for that motion? Did we get a second?
I got a
Yes,
second.
Mr.
Okay, so
Martinez.
Mr. Garcia.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve the tax refunds,
Second.
5A to D.
We have a motion and a second to approve tax refunds 5A, 5B, 5C, and 5D. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We have other consent agendas. Do we have a motion?
Move to accept and approve number 6 through 15.
We have a motion to accept consent
Second.
agenda items number 6 through number 15. Do
Dr.
we have a
Moreno?
Do we have a second?
I'd like
I
to,
second that.
And a second, okay. Yes, Dr. Nelson.
thank you, Dr. Moreno. I'd like to pull item number 9, table it indefinitely.
Number 9.
So move to table item number 9.
Second that.
Why is that? Oh, you sent us...
We had a brief conversation about it, our business support. The bottom line is that we've been negotiating with the county and our neighboring school district all the way up until today, and it's not finalized, but we'll bring it next month.
Okay.
So we're not tabling it indefinitely, we're just tabling it for today.
Well, until
That's what
it's
they
brought
want.
back,
So
with the
we're
exception
going
of
to
9.
table, do we need action to table?
Yes.
So do we have a motion to table item 9?
I move to table.
And
Got
do we
anything
have
for
a
that?
second to table?
Second.
Tabling it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me,
Pulled it
real
out.
quick.
Yes.
Give me one
We'll
second.
vote on the other ones.
One
With
second.
the exception of number 9.
Right, but we're taking action to
To
table
table,
it
yes.
officially.
He's talking to...
Yes.
Well, tabling is a different
Tabling.
issue. Until le estás dando en la torre.
Okay.
Okay, we're just pulling it
Second.
out.
Okay.
So we approve items.
Tabled,
Oh, we're going to table first.
Table number
Number
9.
Table it.
I'll second that.
I'll
Okay,
explain.
we have a motion and a second to table item number 9. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
a
passes.
motion to accept 6 through 15, except number 9.
Now we have a motion
Right?
Second,
and
yes.
a second to accept consent agenda item number 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And these consent agendas have all been reviewed during
Right.
our committee meetings
Yes,
and
Yes.
corrected and fixed if needed to be.
yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have item number 16. Mr.
I-
Garcia.
Yeah, okay. Item number 16 is sponsored by trustee Garcia, and it reads, discussion and possible action on the Coca-Cola contract at district campuses. Mr.
I
Garcia?
put this on the agenda because the last conversation that we had, we didn't have a contract. My understanding that we weren't going to have Cokes in any of the schools either. That's not happening throughout our district. It's not happening. I know at the stadium, I've talked to some people that have concession that they were told that they have to have Coke. We don't have a contract with them. We can do it, they can go and buy H-E-B Coke if they wanted to. But why are we still why are we still having Coke at the campuses?
Well, if I can respond to that briefly, we feel like, first of all, on concessions, we have all kind of products that are not Coca-Cola products being sold at
Right.
concessions. So there is no mandate. We'll clarify with our athletic director for all of our booster clubs. That is not part of our...
anymore.
Yes, sir. Now, on the Coca-Cola contract, Mr. Garcia, you're correct on the conversations. They're about 2 years old now that we had about the Coca-Cola
It was last year.
contract, or at least a year.
Right.
In any case, our principals use those Coca-Cola machines that are in their buildings. They receive monies that they can use for student activities, and every principal uses it. And so we could pull those Coca-Cola machines out, but it's not a significant amount of money. It goes directly back to the kids in forms of supplies, trips. It's not anything that we're, bringing to the general fund. So we can cut it, we could remove the machines. I think we did remove them from the Civic Center. I know they were vandalized.
My only concern is, we voted and we gave it was a mandate last year to get rid of them, and we didn't do that.
Right, well, and
We voted on it. It was a
the only
vote.
thing we didn't do is remove the current machines that generate revenues for each campus.
I know, but at that particular
So we
time,
could-
we discussed that and we voted to remove them, and we didn't happen. And that's fine. But my thing is, if we're going to keep Coca-Cola, because I know that some of the teachers, and I'm all right with that, then we need to negotiate to get a contract that's beneficial to our kids, that we get some money to sponsorship for scholarships or something. They're getting a free ride for
Scoreboard,
nothing.
something. Yeah. Scoreboard
And-
sponsorship. or-
Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Can somebody look into this? I think we did. I mean, I know we did stipulate a year ago, 2 years ago, that no, and we were going to cancel that contract.
Right.
But do
Right.
the principal of that school, does she have the right, or anybody have the right to say, okay, Coca-Cola, that's with LISD. If you want to put a soda machine here for our booster club, that's another issue.
No, because it's our
No,
property.
that's not the way that works, Mr. Garza. The way it works is that we have ended the contract per this board, and we just left the machines. I'll admit that for the Coca-Cola company, it's in their best interest because they still get their product out there. For us, the reason why I don't want to use the word look the other way, but we just haven't forced those machines to be removed is because of the funds that it generates for each
And
campus. So it's-
if they're not going to do that, then that's fine, but we need to send a letter to Pepsi-Cola, La Matia, they have juice machines with things that are not bad for our kids, that if we're going to do that, let's go full for it and let that happen.
We
If they're
did.
going to do that, huh?
We did. We went out for bids.
So we went against what the board said to get rid of them last year. That's what I'm trying to say. We
Last
said
year-
not to do anything.
Last year, we did present several options to the board, and I have them here by date. Also, we went out and tried to acquire best options from various vendors, and I think we only got 2 vendors who responded, the other vendor being Pepsi.
Dr.
But
Moreno?
the one with the highest commission was, of course, Coca-Cola. Now, the contract that we have currently with Coca-Cola is on a month-to-month basis. It's not
It
long-term.
was a month, but it was a month-to-month basis because we were going on a month-to-month basis because we were going to vote on it. We did vote on it to eliminate them from our school period, but that wasn't followed through wherever it was. Because the director, there was a vote that said, you know what, forget it, we don't want Coke products on any of our campuses. We didn't follow that. We went ahead and let them do let them have Coke machines, and because they were bringing in menu, but we had voted to get them out of our district, and we left them there. That's what my concern was.
So bottom line is, and I'll defer
Mr.
to
Valdez?
trustee Valdez, yes.
Mr. Valdez?
Thank you. A couple of years back, and I don't remember exactly when, we had a very, very big concern that a lot of people were making money in our school district. Now, I know we say this is for the kids, but really, somebody's making money, okay? Now, we mentioned only one brand. What about the other ones? Do we ask for proposals from the providers?
Yes, sir.
We do?
We did.
Okay.
A year
all
ago,
right.
we did
And
go.
do we negotiate with them how much money is going to remain?
Yes, sir.
And when you say this is for the kids, exactly what do you mean? If it's for school activities, it's a little bit different because it can also be for teachers and so on, and no problem with that. But it's more than just the kids.
It goes under the principal's account, and
Okay, now, you state here that you want to know about the Coca-Cola contract in our district campuses. Am I correct?
Right.
Do we have one, if it's one brand, do we have a district-wide contract?
But we don't.
And we don't. Well, it's about time we get one, no?
Well, that's what I would say, if we're gonna do this, let them bid again, and if they don't win, then what the board asks is do that. Coca-Cola won it, and we're satisfied, then they can stay. If not, they need to get those machines out of the school and use the one that's best for our district, that's gonna bring in the money that they did. We're in a month-to-month because we threw them out. But
Yes, sir.
they never left the court because we never told them, you're out. Or I don't know how we did it. I mean,
Yes, sir.
whatever it is. But let's see if we can get more money for scholarships or something out of this.
If we can have 30 days to work on this, we'll bring something to the board in the September meeting.
We're going completely different from the first time.
Right.
That's I know fuss about it's the teachers, and I know they're getting a lot of money out of it. Let's just look to see. Okay, they want them in there. Let's see who gives us the best deal, and let's go with them.
We got it. Yes, sir.
But would that eliminate for the booster clubs and everything? Would
Well,
that
that's
apply?
going to be part of our presentation, is doing a little review of the revenues generated.
Okay.
And so we'll include that along with the plan to get in compliance with what the board is expecting.
Right.
Next item,
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. Item number 17 is also sponsored by Mr. Garcia, and it reads, update on the travel per diem for students. Mr. Garcia?
I just wanted an update so we can actually get that going September 1st.
Yes, sir. So our finance department and our athletic department have been working collaboratively to have a increase of our student meals per diem beginning September 1. For the record, in 2015-16, students received $4 for breakfast, $7 for lunch, and $10 for dinner, for a total of $21 a day. Beginning September 1, students will receive $5 for breakfast, $8 for lunch, and $12 for dinner, for a total of $25 a day. We've also developed some language that allows some flexibility for our students and our coaches that don't meet the time criteria that we discussed as a team, to give them more flexibility to use their funds. So we'll be going over this in detail with every traveling team, and it is an increase in monies to the kids and more money for, I guess, more meals, and we feel like this meets the compliance as the board stipulated. Any comments or questions?
No, I just want to make some comments. It's separate, but it's related to that. You know, so from time to time, the schools or the administrations make a little dinner or something for some of the teachers. And I think we need to put it on the budget so that nobody can be, questioning that we honor some people, because we need to honor them. And sometimes there's a lot of, that why are we spending that money on these kinds of things?
Yes, sir.
And I think we need to clarify that. So, we need to take care of our teachers or employees whenever we need to. And that's my comment.
Yes, sir. We'll definitely address that.
maybe that can come back to one of the committees.
Yes, ma'am. May we proceed?
Yes.
The next item, number 18, is sponsored by the President of the Board, Dr. Cecilia Moreno, and it reads, discussion and possible action to approve the naming of facilities as indicated in policy CW local. For the record, the facilities that are named went through a process that is outlined in policy CW local, and after those facilities were identified, we followed our policy and identified the following names before you.
So vote to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve as presented.
Yes, I'd like to read the names that are being honored today. I think there's some family members here, and
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be good to.
Can we
Advance.
vote first?
We'll take a vote first, or you want to?
Yeah, we can vote first, I'm sure, but I just want to be sure that.
Yeah, we'll
right.
we'll come back.
Yeah. if you-
Okay, let's take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'm going to abstain on mine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
Yours.
Any special
just one
reason?
specific one, not the
On,
whole
yeah,
question.
on mine.
Right, yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Noyola, your abstention is just on the McDonald? Okay.
Dr. Moreno.
Okay, so we're ready to read them?
So what, clarification, who abstained for what?
Okay,
So-
Mr. Garcia has abstained,
For his,
For the
naming-
early college high school.
and Mr. Noyola has abstained for the naming of the McDonald Elementary School Library.
okay.
I'm assuming Mr. Martinez would like to abstain from the...
Yes, sir, I guess if need to.
Yes, just in...
And Mr. Martinez is also abstaining. Okay, thank you.
No,
Dr.
no.
Nelson, you
wanna read
want
them?
to read them?
Read the names.
All right, I'm proud to announce the Board of Trustees has approved the J.C. Martin Elementary Library after Guadalupe Rodriguez.
Yes.
Any family members here for her?
No.
If not, we're proud to announce the Figueroa High School gym, original gym, will be named after Alfredo Montemayor. Anyone here? Okay, Coach Bedetta knows him. All right. We're proud to announce the naming of the Bruni Elementary School Library after John Peter and Consuelo Montalvo. We're proud to announce the Alma Pierce Elementary School Library after Miss Josefina Torres. Any family here? We're proud to announce the Divisions of Operations Building will be named after Mr. Conrado Cruz Jr. Very proud to announce the McDonald Elementary School Library will be named after Miss Veronica Noyola. The Nixon High School tennis courts will probably be named after Miss Josephine Nixon. The Christian Middle School Library will be proudly named after Miss Graciela Ramirez. The Martin High School Library will be named after Miss Aldelfa Fita Flores. The Lamar Middle School Fine Arts Building will be named after Rosario Chacha Benavides. The Lamar Middle School Cafeteria will be named after Norma Lucilla Benavides. And the Early College High School will be named after Hector Javier Tito Garcia. He's here if you want to give him a round of applause. The Martin High School tennis courts will be proudly named after Dr. Alfredo and Tina Trevino.
Okay.
The Civic Center will be named after Mr. Jesus Martinez. Give him a round of applause. And last but certainly not least, the Dikes Elementary School Library will be named after Miss Maria del Carmen Lanese.
I think,
Are there any family members that we missed, and what?
Yes.
All right, well, very much. Congratulations.
and we might want clarification if we want the name to read Maria del Carmen Lanese or Maria del Carmen Davila Lanese. We didn't know which way.
It's your call. So we'll be meeting with you to organize exactly how you want it to look. All right, very good. Make sure we get his contact information. So that concludes that agenda item. Dr. Moreno, may we have permission to proceed?
Yes.
That brings us to items number 19 and 20. Item number 19 is discussion and update on the duties of the internal auditor, including ongoing audits. We've included some information in our board update. Ms. Henry is out on sick leave today. And so are there any comments or questions that I could forward to her?
No, just, are we going to have on the first couple of days, are we going to have a monitor to make sure that the schools are following what Mrs. Martinez did out there, that everybody's on the same boat?
Yes, sir, and an update in September
Okay,
to this board.
thank you.
I also feel like from the report that we probably need to give them some assistance in how to maintain those records, because there was indication about the consistency of the way we were maintaining records, and you know, sometimes we assign these duties to a clerk without giving them the proper structure for them to work from.
Yes, ma'am, we'll definitely include that. So if there's nothing else, then I would table item number 20 and allow the board to visit directly with the internal auditor on any assignment of duties. And that brings us to closed session, Dr. Moreno, if I may.
Yes.
Item number I'm sorry.
For the record, then, I don't know if technically item number 20 is going to be tabled, or is it just no action?
I'm sorry.
No action.
So, just no
Yeah, I
action.
recommend no action. Good. Thank you, council. Item number 21 for closed session is discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional positions. Possible closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074. First position is an elementary assistant principal at Alma Pierce Elementary. The next position is a chief of police for the department, for the district. The next position is a nutritionist for our child nutrition department. And finally, out of our Office of Technology Services, a systems programmer analyst. Also to be discussed in closed session is item number 22, which is discussion and possible action regarding the potential acquisition of real property, including 1900 Springfield, 1500 Logan, and 2301 and 2305 San Bernardo Avenue. Possible closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.072. And finally, in closed session, item number 23, discussion and possible action regarding contemplated litigation involving the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. Possible closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071, subsection 1. We recommend closed session at this time.
So move. We're going to close session?
We have a motion, and do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We will go into executive session. It is 6:37 PM. We are returning from executive session. No votes were taken. No action was taken. It is 7:28 PM. Dr. Nelson?
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. Item number 21 is discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional positions. First position is for elementary assistant principal at Alma Pierce Elementary, for the record. And we'd like to recommend Miss Maria A. Cruz for the position.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept Maria Cruz for elementary assistant principal position. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The next position we have is for chief of police. I would like to recommend Mr. Paul Williams for the position.
So move.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second.
I just want to, excuse me. I just want to, we had a deep discussion in this matter, and the recommendation by our superintendent is based on facts and benefit for the district. So I'd like to ask, the district to accept whoever he's recommending in good faith and cooperate with him as best as we can. Okay? So please, thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The next
One opposed.
The next position we have is for nutritionist. We'd like to recommend Ms. Carolina Villa for the position.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept Carolina Villa as nutritionist. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The final position that we have for this evening is for a systems programmer analyst in technology services. We'd like to recommend Mr. Christian Gomez for the position.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept Christian Gomez as systems program analyst. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Dr. Moreno, there's no need to take action on item number 22, and there's no need to take action on item number 23, other than based on council's advice. We just wanted to clearly communicate that in the last 30 days, we've had extensive training for all of our administrators on the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. We've also trained our registrars and attendance clerks on the McKinney-Vento Homeless Act, and we will continue to increase our training protocols up to and including providing a brief overview of a video we've shown to our staff, to our board during our upcoming team building. Anything else, Council? So that concludes our agenda items. That brings us to communications. Ms. Castillon?
Yes, sir. Good evening again, board members and Dr. Nelson. The LISD cross-country meet is scheduled for this Saturday at Camp Huizache from 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. with varsity, junior varsity, and freshman divisions for boys and girls from surrounding school districts. First day of school is Monday, August the 22nd for all LISD campuses. We have a public meeting to discuss the 2016-2017 budget and proposed tax rate, and that's going to be Thursday, August 25th at 5:15 p.m. here in the Erie Boardroom, and a special call meeting will follow at 5:30 p.m. The summer class of 2016 will have its graduation ceremony on Friday, August 26th at 6 p.m. in the Civic Center Auditorium. On Tuesday, August 30th, HEB is sponsoring a fundraising event for LISD at their El Mercado store on San Dario from 6 to 8 p.m. We have board committee meetings scheduled for the first week of August. The Student Services Committee will be held on Monday, September 5th at 11 a.m. The Curriculum and Instruction Committee meeting is set for Tuesday, September 6th at 9 a.m., followed by the Operations Committee meeting at 5:15. And Business and Support will meet on Thursday, September 8th at 5:30 p.m. And finally...
5:15.
I'm sorry?
At 5:15.
5:15, duly noted. And the regular board meeting will be held on Thursday, September 15 at 5:30 p.m. And that's all I have.
Also, Dr. Moreno, I would like to be sure and ask everyone to join me in recognizing the Honorable Jesus Martinez, who celebrates a birthday this Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Mr. Martinez, happy birthday.
I am 75 years young. I don't drink, I don't smoke, take care of my health as best as possible, enjoy life. Thank you.
You don't look a day over 74.
Maybe 62 or something like that.
That concludes our communications,
Thank you very much
Dr.
for
Moreno.
wishes.
We're prepared for adjournment if it's the will of the
I move
board.
for adjournment.
So we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.